It is a sad day today because GivEnergy in the UK have announced their intention to appoint an administrator. Now obviously I am very much ingrained in the whole GivEnergy ecosystem because I have their all-in-one battery, their gateway and an AC coupled battery too. So what does this mean for us customers then in practical terms? Will our batteries suddenly stop working? What happens if we need support? Well, the short answer is we don't actually know for sure yet. We don't know if someone will buy the company out or not, and whether they'll continue running the back-end cloud systems, or if there's a whole lot of spare stock hanging around somewhere that could be used to fill warranty claims. We just have to wait to find that out. But let's cover some of the things that we know for sure. Will your GivEnergy system keep running if GivEnergy properly goes bust? Yes it will. If GivEnergy turn off their cloud control panel and their app today, then the inverters will keep running on their program settings. The app should still work locally and let you change the settings. You'll notice in the app that there's a home or away option. Only the home option will work if the cloud systems go offline. But the GivEnergy systems don't need to phone home to remain active. They will continue to work totally locally just fine. I think GivEnergy inverters have to talk back to their servers every month. So if GivEnergy went bust, then all of their kit could be bricked. Please correct me or confirm in the comments if you know for certain on that actually, because I've only heard about that second hand. But GivEnergy kit was designed to run local first, which was a big selling point for me originally. So don't panic, your batteries and connected solar will continue to work just fine for most functionality. So what will stop working then? Well, we already know from the email that went out from GivEnergy just over a week ago that they plan to start charging for remote access to your systems. This is because the cost of running the cloud services was more than they were getting in revenue from customers, and customers weren't actually paying anything for them. Now for me personally, I don't like paying subscriptions for remote access to anything, so I have a workaround and we'll discuss that later on. If GivEnergy pulled the plug on the cloud systems totally, then you would of course lose remote access via their app and the web. But it's not only you who would lose remote access. Also any third parties too, such as Octopus Energy for their intelligent flux tariff and Axel Energy for their virtual power plant. Both Octopus and Axel currently control your GivEnergy inverters using the GivEnergy API, and if that API is down, then they can't control it. But also, if we take this a step further, what if GivEnergy also removed their app from the app stores? What happens then? Well, you'll need to look for alternatives. There is the Inverter app from Richard Russell, which connects locally to your inverters for basic control. This may or may not be available for much longer though in the Apple App Store. It is a bit up in the air as to whether it will meet Apple's guidelines for remaining in the store. I really hope it does because it's a clever little app with an amazing retro design. There's also the Monitor for GivEnergy Inverter app on Android, made by Andrew Miller. Android are a little bit less strict about what can and can't be published, so chances are this one will remain available for a long time. And if you have a GivEnergy EV charger, then what will happen to that? Well, that is pretty much totally cloud controlled. Local control has never really worked properly for that, unfortunately, for a mixture of reasons. But essentially, unless someone buys out the EV charger side of their business and keeps that running, if the cloud systems are turned off, then that could become a bit of a brick. I think it should still continue working on its previous settings, but if I were you, I would disable all scheduling on that right now and leave it on plug and charge, so as it starts charging the second that you plug something in. If you need scheduling, use your car's scheduling, but put your GivEnergy EV charger in total manual mode right now. You have been warned. If your battery or inverter fails, then what happens about your warranty? Well, that's actually a question that only the administrators will be able to answer. From my understanding, if someone buys that part of the business, then they don't have to honour existing warranties. But you need to remember that your contract of sale was likely with your installer and not GivEnergy directly. So you should contact your installer in the first instance. They won't like this at all, because if there's no manufacturer's warranty and it's still within what you would expect to be its reasonable lifespan, then consumer law does say it's your installer's legal responsibility to put it right. If they can't get GivEnergy to help, then legally that's not really your problem. I mean, it does become your problem, but they have to put it right one way or another. That could be by swapping the kit out for another brand, or it could be financial compensation. I'm not going to preach consumer law though, because I'm not an expert. Martin Lewis is the expert, so go and read his website if you need to know more. Yes, Home Assistant. That will carry on working indefinitely. GivTCP, the app that plugs into Home Assistant to let you control your inverters, runs totally locally, and it's an open source product not officially managed by GivEnergy at all. You can use Home Assistant and GivTCP, and even Predbat if you're using that too, to fully manage your GivEnergy inverters. With a bit of effort, you can even get remote access to control them too. It does require some extra kit to do this, and a bit of IT knowledge too though. But I have some tutorials on my channel which talk you through how to set this up. They are a little bit disconnected and old now, so I'm working on a new end-to-end tutorial to talk you through every single step of the process in one video. And crucially, it will assume you are a total beginner. But that is going to take me a few days to finish and publish. When it's done, I'll put a link in the description to this video and pin a comment so as you can go and find it nice and easily. It'll all be okay, probably, so don't panic. As long as the hardware holds out, then your investment should still be good. It might be worth having a plan in the back of your mind as to what you would do if the hardware did fail. Which brands would you look at to replace it? That sort of thing. Why not check out some of my friends' YouTube channels like Gary Does Solar and Mr. EV. They've all had different brands installed recently, so you can get an idea of what else is out there from their channels. Much of this video is speculation until we hear officially from the administrators, but it's not all doom and gloom. There's a big community of GivEnergy users out there who all want their hardware to continue to work for as long as possible. Anyway, please remember to subscribe to my channel for free so as you don't miss out on that upcoming mammoth tutorial. A massive thank you to my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel. If you'd like early access to my videos and some bonus content too, then check out the description for information on joining. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.